And everyone's childhood is marked with some incident that has felt upsetting, that has felt painful, that has felt traumatic. Every one of us, we have a body. We know what that experience feels like. And each family dynamic is different to varying degrees, right? No specifics here. We're just talking about the energy of feeling pain or feeling trauma or upset, you name it. Welcome, immortal beloveds, to the Dawna Cosmic Podcast, where we discuss what it means to live multidimensional with authenticity. December 17th, 2025, episode 25. Thanks for tuning in. Love having you here. Hi, welcome back to the Dawna Cosmic channel. I love having you here. Absolutely love having you here. I intend you find everything that I share here useful and helpful to you as you navigate this ether and this dimension. So every single one of us, as an individuated expression, as an individuated soul, having human form, we are responsible and accountable to transcend our early environment. For deprogramming help, find my pattern breaking and spell breaking books at lulu.com. Okay, parents. Parents, this one's for you. You cannot fix your children, okay? Our children are an individuated expression of the all, an individuated expression of source, of the divine. And our children are also responsible for transcending their own early environment. Now hold. I'm not saying that as parents, we aren't responsible or accountable for the choices that we made that affected them explicitly or implicitly. That is what we are accountable for. That is our responsibility to own all day long. There comes a point also when that accountability can sometimes turn into guilt or shame. So throw guilt and shame away. Surrender that to who you truly are. Because this is a story. It's profound. It is a story. So our children are responsible to transcend their early environment, just as we are obligated to come into who we truly are and transcend our early environment. Not only our early environment, but also the choices that we made that were not in our best interest as we've walked. As we are the path itself, the unfolding is always guided by love, unconditional love. And we can love our children, and we do. Hopefully love our children. I know I absolutely love mine. Was I able to give them everything they needed? No. So I have apologized for not being what they needed me to be, right? At the times that they needed it. However, as an individuated soul in self-love, I've done the best I can with what I have to share with them. The wisdom, the love, the laughter, everything that I was given, the wealth, spiritual wealth, and if they're receptive to it. So I am never allowed, none of us as parents are ever allowed to tell our child what their path is. We can point to it, we can share it, and we have to really back off. And in backing off, it's not an uncaring thing, it's a detached thing, and it's a spiritually responsible thing, because they need to find out who they are as an individuated expression of love, an individuated expression of source. And I would not have appreciated it if anybody ever took that honor away from me and told me what to be and how to think and which religion to choose and how to dress or, how to be. That's a self-exploratory journey. And as parents, we have to back off and respect that our children are first living souls and they don't belong to us. The other thing is, in being accountable and responsible, like I said a minute ago, throwing away guilt, throwing away shame, that's absolutely necessary if we want to continue deepening into the truth of what we are. they can, if they want to, if they choose to, hold us responsible for the way they feel, the choices that they make. They can hold us responsible all day long. That is never going to help them get to the truth of who they are. Okay, so like I said, specifically, just as it is our responsibility and obligation to come into the truth of who we are, it is also our children, as the living soul, to come into the truth of who they are, without our interference and without our influence. However, we need to follow our intuition when a situation is requiring a situation with them in relationship with our adult children. When it's requiring some guidance, when it's requiring the wisdom, because we've walked a similar path to what they're walking, yes, definitely we share that. We share that with everybody. That's what I do on this channel to the best of my ability. The wisdom that I've gotten, I share. The truths that have been downloaded here, deep loaded, I share. So with everybody, and it'll be here for whenever someone arrives at that level of awareness for that specific video. So our children don't belong to us, and we have to let go. I was really guided before I even deepened as this truth I am. When my first child was born, a boy, and this was 1982. This child, I was told to go home when I left the hospital, had natural delivery. I went home and I was guided to hold my baby up into the air over the crib, so it wouldn't fall, over the crib, and return the baby to source. Now, that was intuitive guidance. Fast forward 20, how many years? Lion King came out, and they held Simba up over Pride Rock. And when I saw that, I said, oh my God, because it never really registered to me. It just came very natural to me to return this baby to source. It's like I was told to, guided to, and I could hear the voice. It was that pronounced, right? That inner speaking voice that's audible only to the soul. I know that's deep, but that's the way it works. And so I offered my child, and each child after that, the second child, a girl, the third child, a girl, the fourth child, a boy. Now, because I was guided to do that, maybe it has been easier for me to detach. Have I experienced heartbreak with my children? Absolutely. Have I experienced pain? Absolutely. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about what is and what isn't our responsibility. And what is our responsibility, like I said, is to take accountability without guilt or shame. Without guilt or shame. And so we don't keep reliving that and looping and staying in a pattern of a low vibrational, useless cog in a wheel. Right. And they have to deal with their own cogs. They have to break their own wheels. We can't break them for them, no matter how much we love them, no matter how much love we show them, no matter how much love we give them. They are an individuated expression, an individuated soul. Okay, so I hope you find that really, really helpful. No one gave us a manual as a parent. No one told us how to do it. So hopefully this helps you in the spiritual sense, because profoundly what I'm giving you is absolute solid truth. And I intend that you find it very useful and helpful. And the rest of the dynamics between you and your beautiful child, that's totally your call. Okay? I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Come back again. And much love, much peace, much happiness, much prosperity, and much power. See you soon. This concludes my Dawna Cosmic podcast for today. It's a pleasure having you here, and thanks for tuning in. Man is not meant to be run by anybody or anything. Man is an immortal being intended to express the light, full frequency. And the highest vibration man can live is being the authentic self.